probably gonna put him third row inside. Hey, it's still sloppy on the bottom. Hit him on the high side, I guarantee you got him. I'm like, dude, I'm on the outside pole.
Oh, wow. We are live. How about that?
Finally. Took a while.
Yeah. It's almost like a four-banger winding up for the start. Oh! Shots
Or a
fired.
modified race takes forever.
Oh, wow. We are not holding back right away. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Derek Crane here with my guest, Jimmie IE Umnus.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And if you've noticed, we're a little bit down in head count here because Brandon had to go be a great brother and brother-in-law and went down to Florida. So he's going to be gone. So it's just us two tonight. So if you guys are watching, let us know where you're watching from. And if you have any questions for IE here, send them, or for me. I know there's literally an hour before. Big mic drop.
Right.
So that hopefully doesn't come up. But anyways, just real quickly, if you are watching either on Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify, in the description we have a link for our survey. We have 4 raffle prizes: a $100 gift card, $20 gift card, $25 gift card, and a $10 gift card. And if we pull your name, you get to choose where you want that gift card to be from. And that's what's in this jar right now. So thank you, everyone that has filled it out. Now you filled it out, right?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
It was a cakewalk. It only took a couple minutes.
Awesome.
So
well, thank you. And this information is obviously private. This is just for us to show our potential companies, sponsors, who we are racing in front of. So it helps out tremendously. And again, that link is in the description. Also, follow us on Spotify and YouTube. That would help us out a lot. We're hoping to go YouTube live here shortly, which would be really good. We can do a lot more better things and cooler graphics and all that kind of stuff.
going big.
And hopefully, not that Jimmie isn't a big name, but we can get big names in here too. So, with that, what's up, Ray Stevens, Karen, Sean? We have Karen. I said it last week, and I'm saying it again. I need to do something special. Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Awesome, you got some fans coming in. Woo.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's get started here. So Jimmie is a crew guy for NCR. It's really hard to say that. I don't know why. Which is my brother's team.
That's right.
Nathan Crane here. The shirtless wonder. So you're not a racer, but if you pick your own number to race, what would it be?
Well, it would be 69. That was my uncle's number for many years. And then J for my initial. So.
Jimmie.
Yep.
Nice. You have a nickname, IE.
I do. And now I believe half of the pits know that now. So.
Yes.
Yep.
And that, 3, 2, 1, go. I saw a comment. I'm going to touch base here in a second. But your nickname actually started, I think it was between me and Nathan, because he was telling a story, and he wasn't clear on which Jimmie it was, if it was Jimmie U or Jimmie Sivia.
Mm-hmm.
And halfway through the story, I realized he was talking about you, and I was like, "Oh, Jimmie IE." And from that point on, you've been Jimmie IE.
Sivias, the Dodds, well, Daryl. Yeah, a lot of them know me as IE now.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of Jimmies that went on too, so it's really good. What's up, Andy? Swerve, good evening. Thank you so much for the help, Swerve, on Saturday. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be going into that full story here in the show. You changed that hat? You changed up the hat, dude? Which one? Me or... Because I've changed hats now.
You got to represent.
Jordan, what's up? You had a decent run. Had fair, which was good. But yeah, so... let's get into Jimmie's racing history real quick. Where did it all start?
Oh boy. My aunt was 16 years old, and that's when I'm like, wow, my aunt can do it. I want to try to do it, but nothing ever came about that. Always went to Geneva, watching my uncle race. He raced sportsman, multi-time champion at the street stocks. And then Geneva closed down, so then I just moved myself over to Wilmot, and that's pretty much home to me now.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, there's just something about Wilmot.
yeah, it's the people there, the drivers there are very welcoming. As like somebody who don't know anything, the teams I worked with were accepting, and now I'm actually learning a lot about these cars, these wingless cars. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, was it around 2020? Do something cool, Spoonie. Spoonie. I'm trying my bestest. Even if that means spinning out in the B main, something cool. So back in 2020 you started hanging around with us, or was it 21?
I want to say it was 20. The way I met up with you guys is, I think it was in 2020. We went into the pits, and my daughter Savannah, my youngest, saw Nathan do a backflip off the car.
And that's it. That's all you gotta do.
And so she's like, I want to go talk to him and get his picture, so we did that. And ever since then, I think I asked him the second time we went back there if they needed help, and he said yeah, and I started coming over here and helping you guys out, and
Yeah. That was.
escalated from there.
Oh yeah. Escalate is a great term, because once you get in, it's kind of hard to get out. Cause
Yes.
it's so cool. Racing is a family sport, and it's just really cool.
Yeah.
So that's Jimmie IE's history here. He worked with us in 21, and then we went 410 racing in 2022, and
I do remember that.
Yes, and he stayed with Nathan. So that's why he is with Nathan. And you do a really good job.
Thank you.
He talks really highly about you. 2021, because I remember giving him a bite of our anniversary at the track.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I love my wife so much, because in 2020, she's like, when we get married, I don't want you to race. And I was like, well, how about the weekend that we get married, I don't race.
Right.
Right. And then the following year, there was a race day on our anniversary, and I was like, ooh. And we were running for points. So my beautiful wife brought the cake, her anniversary
And
cake.
it was
to the track.
delicious.
And it was very delicious, yes. So yeah. I saw a sprint car, a non-wing car, with fuel cell tethers. So our first topic, presented by Next Gen Pumps, American made, veteran owned, warranty like no other. Check them out in Silver Lakes. Talk to Tom Brown for your sump and sewer pump needs. Fuel cell tethers. What do you guys think? What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, witnessing it firsthand, seeing a fuel tank fly off a car, it could have went anywhere. But in my opinion, I would prefer it to be tethered down.
You would prefer it to be tethered? Okay.
Just because, like the way Nate flipped, that could have went up and over the fence line, hit some fans or whatnot. But at least now you know it's secure, and if it does smash down on the ground and break the tethers, it will be still in the track area. So.
Yeah. All right. I try to bypass it by doing it to my phone, but I can't. So, all right, guys. That sucks. Yeah. So fuel cell tethers. I don't like when a car. Like, I get the safety part of it, because you don't want the fuel cell to go up into the stands or hit the people in the infield or a photographer or any of that stuff. But at the same time, when a fuel cell comes off of the car, usually the driver's knocked out, or he is dazed and confused.
Right.
Now, if it's strapped and it's got a leak and he's dazed and confused, most likely that's going to start a fire. Right, so the one thing that I like about the fuel cell leaving the car in a big crash is that it can't start a fire.
Right.
But on the same thing where you said where it could go up in the stands, like that's the positive to it.
Mm-hmm.
But guys,
I witnessed Nate's fly. Like, it was crazy. I could just put it at that.
yeah. All right, so Jack Eschbach here says they had fuel tank straps 30 years ago. Why did they get away from it? I just kind of saying what I just said. I just think it's because like when the fuel cell leaves the car, it just won't ignite or won't be able to ignite because that fuel is away from everything that's hot. And I did not see Nathan's crash, but I have seen down in Indiana cars that have flipped pretty good and the fuel cells go. But I can't tell you off the top of my head how many went over the catch fence.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you have anything more to add to that? I know you're very talkative. He's nervous.
I won't shut up. Not really. I mean, it's pretty basic, like it or don't like it type of thing. I guess it's the driver's preference or the team owner's preference. In my opinion, I mean, you're racing these 1,400-pound, 600-horse cars. You are putting your life at line, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, risk it or don't risk it.
Yeah. All right, Jordan Funderburk, yeah. Mini sprint driver.
Oh.
Or, I'm sorry, lightning sprint. I was talking to Mike New, so there might be a little hint there who an upcoming guest is. But anyways, I asked him about mini sprints. He's like, well, I don't know about mini sprints, but I can talk about lightning sprints. So I got to start saying lightning sprints. Lightning sprints, not mini sprints. So Jordan Funderburk, lightning sprint. Yes. I feel like you could also appreciate not having it tethered due if the tank does fly off and get away from you, the potential of starting a fire. Exactly. And, that might be why they got away from it. I don't really know why they did. I didn't even know that they used to be tethered. You learn stuff. We're an educational show as well. Awesome. All right. Moving on to topic number 2 here is presented by Bay Nelson right here in Kenosha. Thank you, Bay Nelson. The first 604 winged race, which was ran on Wednesday night of the fair. Mm-hmm. I went.
Me too.
Because $10 to watch races.
Right.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
A full night of racing.
Yeah, full night. They had the Bandits, Street Stocks, Mods, and the 604 wing. Like, you can't go wrong with that. And
it was a fire fest. That's all I know.
Yes, guys, you should have had this 2 months ago, or last month for 4th of July. It would have almost been like, this is too coincidental. Cars are going up in fire on 4th of July. But, all the racing all night was great. My 2 cents on the 604 winged race was it was interesting in hot laps because obviously a lot of the guys that showed up are non-wing guys, so there are some certain things that you have to do. Some guys kind of went way different with their setup, and some guys just put a wing on it and ran it. So hot laps was interesting. The heat races to me were just, they were boring because the track wasn't wide enough yet. So don't come after me, guys, just yet. Okay? I think BK was the only one that went +3 in the heat. And one other car went like +2 in a heat race. And other than that, as soon as they got the green, went through 2, basically as long as no one hit the wall or an infield tire, that's how they stayed. What did you think of the heat races?
The amount of talent that was out there. My thing is I like the fact that they're giving, I guess you can call them the back runners, a chance to prove themselves. And like there were so many drivers. There's Ralphie.
The participant himself.
The participant participated in Wednesday's activities. And he did a heck of a job. But my eyes were on that white 7 car, Ellie. She was killing it for what I thought was her first time in a wing sprint. And then I was told no, and I'm like, well, wow. Like, I was shocked.
Yeah.
So kudos to her, kudos to Ralphie. But kudos to everybody else who, made that change and ran a great show.
Yeah. I mean, Wilmot did Jordan, +5, BK went +5. There you go. I see Karen's comment here with the fuel, but after this topic, we'll circle back to that, because that way we kind of stay together, organized.
Right.
It was, like I said, interesting in the heat races, and I didn't feel like they were the best show, but then again, I know it's their first night with the wings, so definitely some grace there.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilmot ran a great show. I mean, the sun was still up.
Yeah, when they were going with the mains.
Yeah, the first main, the sun was still up, which is always good, which means they're running on time. And the main was way better than I thought. It was extremely racy.
Yeah.
Tommy Sexton came from the back. He went +13 in the main. Other than that, it was cars going to +2, +3. What's up, Big One fan? Kyle's watching. Yep.
Hey, Kyle.
And it was. I mean, it just felt like once you got in that pack of cars that you were racing with, that's just kind of who you raced with. But I mean, Ellie put on one heck. Like, I was
the
cheering.
Top 4 were doing.
Yeah.
Her, Paulson, and
Malik.
Yeah.
Malik. BK, Ellie, Malik, and Alt for a long time. Like, those 4 cars were the cars running up front, and it was really exciting. And I was cheering for Ellie, but I just feel that sometimes experience takes over, and BK had a bunch of. I mean, was that his 40-something career win or something, 50-something? I think he said. But yeah, it was a good show. I'm still undecided on how I feel, like what my overall feeling of the 604 winged racing is, just because we just have one.
Mm-hmm.
I know this weekend the MSA 360s are going to be at Wilmot, so I'm going to be interested to see how many of the 604 guys put their wings on to run with them. And then also September 16th, they're going to have another 604 winged race. So I'm going to be interested to see if the racing's even better, or if it's the same, or
right,
or what. But it is. Let's see. I saw from Jordan again. Good class to get started in budget wing racing. Yes, that's a good point. The only issue that I have with that is that there's already 360s, 305s, and now it's another motor platform for a wing car, which is just going to kind of tie you down to a certain track or area, region, which is fine. But if there's a driver that wants to go through the rankings pretty quickly, I don't think you're going to get longevity in your series. But that's just, my 2 cents on it. All right, so real quickly, I'm going to circle back to Karen here with the fuel. Isn't there still fuel in the fuel pump and fuel lines that can start on fire? Yes, there is. It's just less fuel.
Right.
It'll burn and then it'll go out, where if you have the supply of fuel still flooding all over the motor, then that's when it's a big fire. Going to add more money to teams to replace wing, not enough horsepower to make a difference. Guys are flipping all the time now. How many teams can afford new wings every week? That comment is from Swerve. And Jordan replied to that with, that was a good other side of my comment. Definitely cool to see, though. I think that was to another comment, but yeah. Learning as I go here. Awesome. If you guys have any questions for IE here, crew guy, he's not going to give you the secret sauce setup, though.
No, not for the
You can-
meatballs.
Oh, yeah, the meatballs. Oh, man. Okay. And now, topic 3 here is presented by RevTech Manufacturing. When there's 2 people, I forget how fast we go through these topics here. Might have to come up with one more, which I'm pretty sure someone will mention it. But yeah, topic 3 here, presented by RevTech Manufacturing from Kenosha, another Kenosha company. If you can draw it, they can build it or design it or whatever. They can reverse engineer. It's really cool. They are doing shot covers for us, which I'm really excited to see how those turn out
Nice.
and put them to the test. So, topic 3 here. Wisconsin Wingless race at the fair, which was Saturday night. You weren't there, you watched on Flow.
I did watch on flow next to a bonfire.
So, reminiscent of Wednesday night with all the other classes.
Right.
Okay. Did you watch the full night, or you just watch a little bit?
Watched what I could because I was in an area that I did not know how to get out of, so I needed a little bit of phone life to get out of, Illinois.
Gotcha.
So,
but you did see that.
I watched,
The night of struggles. Oh, that
Yep.
was so painful. It was one of the most painful nights I've had.
Yeah,
in a while.
I think I was telling Nate that I haven't seen you run a bee in quite a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been a minute. I think the last bee I ran was Daryl, for Daryl last year, but that was like I think it was just the first night.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't, what's hot, what's cold. Like, to me,
Right.
it's all different, right? And same thing with Daryl. So we were just kind of learning each other's vocabulary on what we mean by when we say stuff, because then after that, we were real quick. Bee mains are not fun. So we'll start off at the beginning of the night, at least. There was like 40-something, 41 or 42 winged 410s. Amazing.
Wow.
It was packed. For 3 divisions, it was packed. Like, the pits were packed. We had 37 wingless cars, and I forgot how many lightning sprints there were, but there was quite a bit of those cars too. Like, it was
It was a decent
high, I
turnout.
think it was high teens or low 20s for the lightning sprints. So healthy car counts for all 4 divisions. So we went out to pack. I still don't know what was said, but I think Tony Jenkins was yelling at me. The track was really, really sloppy, wet, which is really good, because then that means it's going to be a heavy night.
Mm-hmm.
And I came off, I got pushed off, but when I went to turn on the banking, the car kept going straight, and I was like, oh no. So I kicked the throttle and came up over the hill, but then, if you turn too far left, then you turn right, the car's going to keep going straight. So I think he was just upset with me that I kind of got a little close to him or the other safety guys on the front chute, which I am sorry. I did not mean to do that. I was just not trying to get stuck. And there it is. The comment that I was waiting for. So
Yeah.
packed and then went back to the pit,
God.
and it died. It was just sitting there. I got out of the car, run it, and it just died. And we're like, oh no, not this again. So huge thank you to Ryan Marshall. Went down there, borrowed his rev limiter, because that is what it seemed to fix the ignition at Angel Park.
Okay.
So fixed that. Went out there for qualifying, and 22 lightning sprints. Thank you, Jordan. I knew it was a high. It was a really good car count for them too. Yeah, so I knew that I had to get a good qualifying time, and I got behind Tizzy, and I thought I had enough gap, and he jumped the cushion on the first lap, and that gap that I had, it shrunk, and I knew that the 50 car was behind me somewhere, and that's the car that they went green on, so I couldn't just get off the gas and sacrifice the first lap. So I just kind of hung on his left rear. We qualified 4th in group, 6th in flight, which now that just means we have to win the heat race, but we're starting on the front row, which is the best place to start in the heat race.
Mm-hmm.
So we get, heat 1 goes out there. We're in heat 4. Heat 2's out there, so I get in the car and we get pushed down by staging. And then, I don't know if you guys saw on Flow, but the wreck where they got the catch fence, it was Dennis Spitz, Seth Johnson, and there was one other car. Hensley.
Yep.
Tate Hensley. And somehow one of those cars hit the fence. So over the race receivers, they told us in staging that we could not get out of the cars, but we could take our helmets off. And that took 20 minutes.
Yeah. They did a good job. They got it done quick.
Yeah. Shout out to Klumko and the safety crew and everyone that, did all that to get through the rest of the night. Because fence damage, depending on how bad it could be really bad and end of night. And so I sat in the car there for 20 minutes. And then heat 3 went out. So I was still sitting there. And then Cuck's house flipped. So another delay there. And then it's our heat race. And I get pushed off, and the thing is not starting. It sounds flat. I can hear the piston just, but there's like nothing. They push me all the way around the track. And then over the receiver, they're like, 14, if you're not going to fire, you got to get off the track, which I was going to get off the track anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So go back off the track, go back over the pit. And I stay in the car. Because we only have the 2 dashes and then the winged B main, and then our B main. So we only got 3 races here.
They had 2 though, didn't they?
2 dashes? No, they had. I think
2.
they only had 1. They had, or they might have. I don't even know.
Remember.
If so, that's what bought us time because I just sat in the car. We had Dave Schützen, Matty Schützen, BG, Zen, Jack, Swerve, Ryan Zalski, his dad Gary, and now I'm spacing on his crew, Chris, and Zalski's crew guy Chris, and they're all working on the car and they're unplugging the rev limiter. Okay, and they try to fire me, see if that's where it's happening. Nope, not that. Come back. Do this, do that. Change this. Okay, so the whole time. Since before the red flag, I've been sitting in the car. So by now, I've been in the car for like an hour, and my knees are cramping. Not to mention, we still have the qualifying setup on. So then, come back, and Zalski was finally like, you know what, let's just pull the distributor and put his in. And we do that, and they push me off, and it fires. Come back, they timed it, put the hood on, turn me back around so I can get to the track. And as I'm going out to through staging, all the ATVs for RB main are coming back, and I'm like, oh, I think we made it. And I get there, and they say with a receiver, 14, you're late to staging. And I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna fight it.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight it. Like, all right. With the qualifying setup still on, which the car was free AF. Free is fun. And then, yeah, if you guys watched on Flow, got the green, I stuffed it in there, and there were 2 cars starting to spin, and I hit them. And then Gremens hit me, and then I was just like, yep, car's done, front end's out, because that was another hard hit. BG's got really solid equipment, because the Nerf bar was like in the right window, so I could see it, and I was just like, well, at least it's clear of the right rear tire now. They got me back straight, put it in gear, pushed me off. I was like, well, the steering feels a little, I think I had a little bit too much toe in, even though we don't run toe in. So I think the front end's a little jack there. But then after that, just kind of went where there weren't, went from 15th to 8th. But that track, and there was quite a few quality cars that were starting already up front. So that was our night.
Sounds like a blast.
It was. I was mentally drained. It felt so good to get out of the car after the B main though, because I was in there for like an hour, over an hour.
Nate would have taken a nap.
You can't, because like within every 5 seconds they're like, okay, push off. It was nuts. But yeah, the positive side to that. Oh, and yeah, TB. Yeah, we did have fun. I forgot where I got him, but I know he missed the entry. I was running bottom in 1 and 2, top in 3 and 4, and I think Tom's running the bottom all the way around. So I'd get a run going down the front chute, but then I didn't want to be all the way up there because I felt like where the car was, I just couldn't hang the momentum to stay with him. So I'd like kind of file down behind him, but I was just waiting for him to just slip up, and he got racing. I think it was with Andy Dye. I think is who he's got racing with, and he got by him. I got by Andy, and then he slipped off the bottom, and I got by him. And that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But the positive side to not being in the B main was I got to watch the A mains. The 410 Wings put on one heck of a show. I don't know how Bill Baylog worked that cushion that good, but he did.
Yeah, that man's crazy.
Yeah.
And he won at Angel Park.
He did. Awesome. Yesterday, I was sick. I'm feeling way better today, so I really appreciate Jimmie still coming in. Which is maybe if my voice is coming a little weird, that's why. I still have a little stuffy nose, but everything's. I had a sore throat and a little headache, but I'm feeling better now. And I think Maddie's sick now, so I'm sorry about that, Maddie. So yeah, awesome that Baylog won at Angel Park. Mini sprints, I was still kind of like debriefing with how the car was, thanking everybody that was working on the car during, the mini or lightning sprint A-main. So I didn't really get to watch that, but I know that they had a winner that doesn't normally win, so that's really good. John Kirk. And yeah, the wingless was definitely a bottom track, but both Ryans were knocking down the curb on both ends for a majority of the feature. It made it really fun to watch. And Zalski finally got around Wilkie. And the yellow came out, and it was like 2 to go. And I was like, he is going to run the bottom in 1 and 2 and go to the top in 3 and 4, run the bottom in 1 and 2. But green flag went on the restart. He went to the top, and he jumped it a little bit, and
Zalski was riding rails. That's all I can say. I was watching that, and
yeah,
a couple times he had a little hiccup over the berm, but
yeah, and the berm was so far around that there was not anything really to try to save what you got going on wrong.
But kudos to Wilkie.
Yes, Wilkie. And now, I saw his Facebook post that he won, and I just commented, "It has begun."
Right.
He's quick. He's quiet. He's quick. The time. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, that's where I was getting to. But the reason why Zalski didn't run the top or bottom was he ran out of brakes. Thank you, Ryan. That's where I was getting to, and I totally forgot. Yeah, because when he came in, we're like, "What?" And then that's what he's told us what happened. And his pads looked good, but his rear rotor looked like a mirror. So I think he just glazed over. But yeah, the 3, 2, 1, go. Where was I going? Oh yeah. Greg Erke, what's going on with Mike Simons? Did Wilmot lose their track prep guy? All right, so I really want to talk about this, if you know me. However, I have literally no information besides what I saw from Sully's post, so you might have to tune in next week for me to talk about that, because I got to get credible information from both sides. Because if you think I just point shoot in the dark, like,
Right.
I still want a place to race at, you know? So,
Indeed.
yeah. And he's the one that screenshotted it and sent it to me.
Yes, I did.
He's like, new topic. And I'm like, oh. And then first thing I did is I went to the pages that I think would have any information, and there was none. So I was like, we're not going to talk about that until I have more information. Wow, man, we are cruising through this. All right.
Rod had a question.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes. That's where I was actually going up, and I saw Hercules. All right, Rod Colburn, IE, what's your favorite kind of race car?
To be honest, I didn't know if I would like sprint cars. My all-time favorite growing up was always, full panel car street stocks. But the Crane family
Sprint car.
has made them grow on me.
Do the right side this time.
Do I have what it takes to probably run one? Probably not.
Oh, yeah, you do.
But a full panel car, yeah, oh, absolutely. I would jump in there and run it.
Too many White Claws. So you're more sprint car now?
Yep.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. We turn to the.
I still like my panel cars, but
I have never driven a panel car. I would love to drive
you can
one.
never say never. It's always the first time for everything.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. I would love to drive. Like, my next year's goal is to drive one car from each class, just because I just want to experience it all. Like, a four-banger looks like so much fun. Like,
Right.
I mean,
No, those do.
They get so much crap, but if you can look past the speed that they don't have, they are one of the best races to watch, in my opinion. Especially, like, I don't even know how their format works. Like, I think there's somewhat of an invert, but when the faster guys start towards the middle of the pack, like, that is just awesome racing. And it's door banging, and they look like they're still having a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Still, best bang for your buck to get into any sort of class at Wilmot, that's for sure. So since we're on the fair and kind of talking about that, I am going to give you guys a little rundown of the fair. The Winged 604 on Wednesday night, your top five were Brian Christan, CJ Malik, Zach Radart, Ellie Hensley, and Greg Olson. I do believe I did say that Radart and BK were going to be in my top three.
Yep.
And then I said my biggest surprise was going to be Greg Olt. And he was doing it really good all night until his nose wing kind of, I don't know how he got damaged from it.
Yeah, I thought D-Wade was going to put on a show too.
Yeah.
With both cars, but
yeah.
and I knew he had some issues going on with his.
Yeah. It's one of those things too, like, because I was on that last year, like, so looking forward to the 410s at Wilmot and 410s, wingless cars at Angel Park, and then just not having it all together. It just, it sucks. Your biggest mover on Wednesday with the 604 wing was Tommy Sexton, plus 13. Big surprise. Mr. Excitement himself made it exciting. And then the biggest loser, I'll say, comers and goers, Alt was -7, but a lot of that had to do with the front wing damage. He said when that happened, he just kind of lost the handle of the car a little bit. Your top five with the wingless on Saturday night was Eric Wilkie, back-to-back victories, Clayton Rossman, Ryan Zelski, Tim Cox, and Ryan Marshall. Your biggest mover, your comers and goers, Johnny Fall +9, and Hansen -10. Hansen started on the front row, and just kind of, he didn't drop like a rock, but it was, I just think they missed the handling maybe, set up a little bit, but Johnny Fall was moving. One thing that my boss Jeff brought up this morning was Eric Wilkie. This is won features. Rossman has won features this year. Zelski has won features this year. Marshall has won features this year. Tim Cox has won features, but not this year. And Sivia had an issue, so he pulled off. So 4 of your top 5 drivers have won features this year, which again is just showing how competitive the Wisconsin Wingless is.
Right.
Like, you cannot. And I mean, Chris Klemko finished 6th, and he runs up front all the time.
Mhm.
So it's cutthroat now. It's the best of the best, and you got to really get your mean face on and go race if you want to run up front.
Indeed.
Or the horse, what I like to call horsepower between the legs. I mean, both Ryans were running up, knocking down the curb. That's where you got to go. All right. Also, your fair winners: Rob Mall in the street stock, Nick Simons in the mod, and Brody Rivest in the bandits. Those were your feature winners on Wednesday, and then your other 2 winners on Saturday: John Kirk in the lightning sprints and Bill Baylog in the 410. Now, doesn't sound like a lot.
No, but I think that Brody,
winners. Yeah.
I don't think he's a normal Wilmot runner either.
No, he's not. I'm gonna say something I know I shouldn't say, but like, I left on Wednesday right after.
Left me hanging.
Yeah, right after the modified Fireball.
Yep.
And I was like, I got work in the morning, and I'm training on a machine. I don't. Yeah.
I kept looking back at Tim, be like, all right, he must be at the bathroom.
Nope. Well, yeah, at my house. Man, I got home at like 10, or not 10, like 9:10 or something, 9:15. It was great. It was awesome.
And I got to give kudos again to Wilmot and the Klemkos and whoever put those bleachers up. Because when we first got there, I saw Tim, so I ran up to the top. First time looking at the track from the top of the grandstands, totally different ballgame.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Amazing.
When you sit higher too, it makes it look even more grander.
Mm-hmm.
The track, and you can see better. And
Yeah, because I think the top seat of the old stands were the middle of the new ones.
yeah,
I think that's what.
yeah. And you need to lay back and sit, or not lay back, but sit back.
Mhm.
Like, I was watching some of the flow replay from Saturday, and I remember the old stands. Like, you would stand up between each feature, right? And there was maybe 15 people in a packed stadium or packed seating, on Saturday standing up, and they were literally just going to get more beer or something. Like, so the stands are mint. They're great. Jack Eschbach, Austin Hansen looked the best he has, in my opinion. He has improved a ton. That is very true. That is very true.
He has come a long way.
Yeah, he's the one I got stuck behind. I wouldn't even say stuck behind. He was just the one that he was just there. If I could have thrown a slider on him, I would have in qualifying, but that's just kind of like, why risk it type thing. But yeah, he's improved a lot. Very good driver. For people that follow Wisconsin Wingless a lot, who would you say your most improved driver is this year? Because I would put Hansen.
Yeah,
Alt.
probably.
Like Alt in like the last month, I don't know what happened. Since the USAC night, he looks like he's more charging the corners now, attacking the corners instead of just rolling. Ooh, yes, Tom. And how could we forget Wilkie? Yeah. I mean, he started first on Wilmot, won, and at Angel Park he started 5th, and won, and that was like a month ago almost.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, Wallace has.
I'm sorry, it wasn't back to back. It was back to back since I was there.
Wallace has gotten better.
Wallace, okay.
Last year.
D-Dub himself.
I mean, everyone's improving. That's you keep a good track out there, you keep the racers coming, and they just get more and more practice. Trinity's doing better.
Not one car got lapped. Or no, Lager got lapped in the main on Saturday.
Yeah.
But other than that, which that's been a while since someone's got lapped in a Wisconsin Wingless feature at Wilmot. So you know, if you were to take the top 24 that make the feature and then go back to their qualifying times, I would not be surprised if it's like from 1st to 24th in the main is greater than 0.8 of a second, you know, time. Like it is, it's really, really hard to run up front and be consistently running up front. And Rossman, knock on wood, which I'm not going to knock on the table because the mic will pick it up really good. I think he has not finished outside the top 5. I know he hasn't finished outside the top 10.
I don't know what went on Wednesday. Wednesday at the fair. But I didn't see him run. I seen him come out.
He had a mini sprint wing on.
Oh, is that why they wouldn't let him run?
Yeah, that's why they wouldn't let him run.
Oh, poppycock.
Yeah. Oh, darn. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, so... All right, so upcoming races for you, because you were kind of working with us until Nathan comes back.
Yep.
But guess who's back? Back again. Shady's
right.
back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? All right,
Yep.
that's it.
The second, we'll be back.
Yes. And then also for us on the 14 AJ card, we will be back on September
So
2nd.
guess what? Bring your Sharpies.
Yes.
'Cause you're going to have the party gang back.
Yes. And it's going to be lit. And it's not even a doubleheader. So
Nope.
we can stay late and get kicked out.
If Tony lets us.
Yeah, if Tony lets us. So that's the next race for us. Now, the next upcoming events for Wilmot is August 26th. Gates open at 5 p.m. Action starts at 6:30. You'll have the MSA 360s, the A-Mods, Bandits, and the Badger Midgets. $20 for 12 and over, and 11 and under is free. So it's a really good night to bring
I
the
could
kids
ask
out.
for 11.
You know, you might have to shave, but I think after that...
No,
you should be
Chantel will not let me shave.
good. Yeah, Ashley won't let me shave either. Awesome. All right, guys. Now we're going to be getting into White Claw night.
No drinks.
Man. See, I swear he gets me. You know, he'll always mess with me, but then like we were having troubles on Saturday, and he was literally one of the first guys in there. So I like guys that do that. That's
Right, no, that's what I like about the Wilmot, I guess you can call it a family, because everyone is there to help. Despite differences, you know for a fact someone who don't like someone will help another person. It's just, it's a tight-knit group.
Yeah, and a lot of times...
That's what makes it a great place to race.
Yeah, and a lot of times there's drivers that you think are angry at each other, but they may have been angry at each other, but that was like a couple months ago, and they're fine now.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I would like to think me and Tater are fine. I mean, you know, that whole thing a couple months ago or whatever, but, I mean, we've talked, and, you know, he's one of the guys that's been helping us out, too, with tools and stuff to figure out what's wrong with the 14 car. So, yeah, I mean, it's just brothers, right? Brothers and sisters. It's just siblings. You fight, but then the next day you're cool. So, yeah. Awesome. All right, guys, so we're going to play a game here. Which is going to be kind of hard because I only have one person here to do it. I could play, but I already wrote all the answers, so that might get a little sus. And it's a new game, so if anyone wants to play, you're going to play as a group.
Come on down, Ashley.
The Facebook, yeah, babe, if you want to come down.
Let me win this.
Yeah. So if you guys want to play the Facebook Live, just comment when I ask for your guys' question you want me to ask. So this is the way that the game is played. It's called Order Up. There's questions 1 through 6. We're going to let Jimmy go here first. So he'll get to pick any question he wants, 1 through 6. And then I am going to give him the answers, but he has to put them in the right order. And then I will shoot it out to you guys. So be ready here. and comment which one you want me to do. And you'll only get like 15-20 seconds. I'm going to trust that you guys aren't Googling or looking stuff up. There's only like 2 questions that I feel like you guys could look up pretty quickly, and the other ones you'd have to dig down pretty deep. So, yeah. All right. Jimmie IE.
That's
Question 1 through 6. Which one would you like?
number 1.
Number 1. Oh, man. Okay. Who? List in order the top drivers in the Wilmot Street Stock points. You have Cody Potter, Blake Cruiser, Brandon Murtis, Rob Mall.
Rob Mall, Cody Potter, Blake Cruiser, Brandon Murtis.
Man, so I knew this. So I wrote this question like 2-3 weeks ago, and it was very relevant. But then when I looked today, Potter didn't go to the fair tonight.
No, he was running his new car.
So you said Rob Mall. That is correct. He's first in points. Second place in points is Blake Cruiser. Third place is Brandon Murtis. And 6th place is Cody Potter. I was trying to get the top 4. But, yeah. Awesome. All right. Facebook. Which one would you like me to ask you guys? 2 through 6. So, I know there's a little bit of a delay here, so we'll give them a second or 2. I hope. Otherwise, this is going to be looking a little weird waiting for someone. And, yeah, for sure, Ashley has a... Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Majority rules here. All right, so we have 3. So, Facebook, you guys work together for this. Order from highest finish to lowest finish in the very first 604 wingless feature in 2015. Your drivers are Chris Klemko, Todd Lear, Doug Schenk, and James Walden. And if you need any clarification, let me know. Again, in order, highest finish to lowest finish in the very first 604 wingless feature in 2015. Chris Klemko, Todd Lear, Doug Schenk, and James Walden. My mom has 3 names. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we have Lear, Schenk, Walden. Lear, Schenk, Klemko, Crusher. Lear, Schenk, Klemko, Walden. Lear, Klemko, Schenk, Walden. Yo, shout out from Florida. Brandon, messing up the game. What up, Brandon? We miss you. You better be playing because this is because of you not being here. Awesome. So, yes, I see 2 people have said it right, so I will give it to the Facebook community. It was Todd Lear first, Doug Schenk second, Chris Klemko third, and James Walden 6th. Great job. All right, Jimmie IE. 2, 4, 5, 6.
5.
5. Okay. List in order when these sprint car manufacturers opened. Spike, DRC, Maxim, Stealth.
Stealth, Maxim,
Wait. Stealth, Maxim.
Spike, DRC. Or was another one?
Nope, that's it. And unfortunately, that is not correct. It is Maxim opened in 1990, Stealth opened in 1996, DRC opened in 2002,
Oh, wow.
and Spike opened in 2005. Jack, if you put DRC, that one's almost, It's,
Mark helped.
Dan helped, okay. Awesome. Yeah, so again, Maxim Open 1990, Stealth Open in 96, DRC in 2002, and Spike in 2005. Now I know DW, oh my goodness. After the game, DW, I'll mention it again. So Stealth and Spikes are the same. So Stealth Open 96 and then Spike bought it out in 2005. So that's why I was like, if anyone's going to comment that, just wait, because then I'd kind of give it away. All right, Facebook, you have question 2, 4, and 6. Which one would you like me to ask you? Spike I think Stealth originated in Indiana, but Spike is from Australia.
Nate wants 4.
4. Oh my goodness. Okay, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6. Okay, we got 3 6s. All right.
Someone's got to do a different number.
All right. So Facebook, it is going to be number 6, and this is going to be fun. List in order when these series started: IRA, MSA, Badger, and Dirt Kings. Again, list in order when these series started: IRA, MSA, Badger, Dirt Kings. And Nathan loves the shirt.
Thanks, buddy.
So while we're waiting for some answers, David Wallace, with your question, I saw that about an hour before we went live, and I can't find anything credible just yet. So I will talk about it just when I have credible information, so it's just not rumors and spreading stuff. So stay tuned. All right. Badger, IRA, MRA, Dirt King, IRA, Badger, MSA, Dirt King, Badger, MSA, IRA, Dirt King, IRA. Okay. Wow. Dirt, not diet. I could have put that together. IRA, MSA. Okay, if I'm reading this correct, we do not have a single right one yet. So, Badger. Okay, no, we do have a correct one. All right. So, Jack Eschbach has got it. Badger started in 1934.
Wow.
The IRA started in 1966. MSA in 1997. And Dirt King 2017. That was a very good guess by everybody. I was actually really surprised to find out that the Dirt Kings were that recent. Because they've been coming to Wilmot a lot, so I thought that there's something cool. Awesome. All right, Jimmy, 2 or 4?
I gotta get one of these. Let's go 2.
2. Okay, Jimmy has gone for 2. List these drivers in order, highest to lowest, most top 5s they've had in the 2023 Bandit season at Wilmot.
Wow.
One guy had to ruin it for me, so if there's 2 guys that have the same amount, and if you can just get them in the right spot, I won't say which one's ahead of which. Okay, so again, list the drivers highest to lowest with the most top 5s they've had in the 2023 Bandit season at Wilmot. You have David McKellips, Scott Ellis, William Jackson, or Austin Orth. And if you'd like numbers, I can give you their car numbers. If that helps.
I know the Ellis.
But which one?
The top. Starting with the top.
With the most or the
Ellis.
least. Okay, so you want to go with the most. Okay, so Ellis. All right.
I forgot their names.
You got McKellips, Jackson, Orth.
McKellips,
Okay.
Orth, and then Jackson.
Orth, and then Jackson, and you would be right.
Really?
You got it. Yeah. Austin Orth had to get another top 5 on Fair Night. So good shout out, great job there. So yeah, Scott Ellis has 6 top 5s. McKellips and Orth tied with 4, and Jackson with 1. Now, ironically, those guys are like the top end of the points too, so that's pretty cool.
I thought for sure Ryan Tiny Horse would be on there. But...
Well, he's a points leader.
Yeah,
so everyone kind of, And I was just trying to figure out where that's really tight, too, because, that. All right.
Honestly, that's the only guy I know.
Yes. All right, Facebook. Here is your last question. It's number 4. List in order when these tracks opened. And if you're paying attention, I know one of them you guys got a date already. Wilmot, Angel Park, Plymouth, Beaver Dam. Again, Facebook, list in order when these tracks opened. Wilmot, Angel Park, Plymouth, Beaver Dam. If you had this question, which way would you do it?
Probably Wilmot. Plymouth, Angel Park, and Beaver Dam.
Okay. All right. Tom Brown says Beaver Dam, Plymouth, Wilmot, Angel Park. I got it. Yeah, it's almost like a cat. Yeah. All right. So Angel Park, Beaver Dam, Wilmot, Plymouth. So far, both are wrong. Even if I did it the opposite way too, like newest to oldest, oldest to newest, we'll give it okay. All right. Rod Colburn, Angel Park, Plymouth, Wilmot, Beaver Dam, and that is correct. Facebook sweeping it, but they work together. Right. Angel Park.
So of course, Rod would know.
Yeah. Look, there's my mom. She knows. Oh, and yeah, my mom got 2. Yeah.
Okay, technical.
Yeah, very technical. Well, it was earlier on one of our shows. Yeah, the year that Wilmot opened. Yeah. Oh yeah, Angel Park, Plymouth, Beaver Dam, Wilmot. Yes. All right. So Rod Colburn got it. Drop the mic, Rod. Yes. So Angel Park opened in 1913 as a horse track. But then in 1938 they converted it to racing, and I think their first year was 1939. So either way we look at it, it still opened first. Plymouth opened in 1950, Wilmot opened in 1951, and Beaver Dam 1993.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a new track.
Mm-hmm.
I'm older.
Wilmot used to be the old. Well, now is their football field, right? Yeah.
Yes, which that might be coming up on a future episode. Maybe if I'm feeling cute.
But here's a question for DC.
Okay.
True or false? Was there ever a dirt track in Burlington?
True.
Yeah. Where's the location?
In Burlington.
What part of Burlington?
Oh man. Who has the most wingless features since the series began? Well, if you tune in 2 episodes, you will find out, because that is going to be a game that we're playing. Very educational.
Sure to
Yes.
tune
Yes. Okay, so before I forget, just so for our audio listeners that are listening, that are playing along, IE here got 1 correct. Our Facebook fan working together got all 3 right. Wow, that has been a fun episode. I can't believe we got to over an hour.
I know.
I was a little worried there.
Like Mr. Silence here.
Yeah, I was a little worried because we were like knocking them out, just boom, 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 and I'm like, man, this is gonna be a 45-minute. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I like to try to stay around an hour. So yeah.
It was fun.
1972 was a track before PowerCom. Okay. Yeah, Facebook. There's an Tom Brown says there is an old automotive testing track in Burlington. Is that the one you're talking
Correct.
about?
No, this one is actually off of Fish Hatchery Road, back in the early 50s.
Early 50s.
The only reason why I know that is because if you go to the smokehouse on Highway P there, they got pictures of it.
Okay.
So
Sweet. Awesome. Well, this is where I typically throw out AMC. Zach Eschbach, AMC.
Mm-hmm.
So this is typically where I throw it over to Brandon to ask him who he'd like to thank. But since he's not here, we're going to start off with Nathan, Cardboard Nathan here.
Nate?
Poison Ivy Nathan, too. But yeah, Jimmy, who would you like to thank?
You.
Oh, well, stop it. You're making
For allowing me to be on your show. First and foremost, my wife, Chantel. My 3 children, Dylan, Miranda, and Savannah. For putting up with me, going to the track almost every weekend. Nathan Crane, for allowing me to be part of his team, as yours, and Colburn's. George Gardner, for actually working with me and teaching me things and not getting frustrated with me. That was my biggest fear, was upsetting an owner and kicking me to the curb. But everyone I've worked with, they are very accepting and actually helping me out to learn a lot. So I'd like to thank all those guys. I don't have sponsors, so I guess that's pretty much it there.
The Shirtless Wonder is the sponsor. Yep. Awesome. All right, and then on our side, I'd like to thank Kroger Delivery, Next Gen Pumps, the Fat Bro Zone, Rouge Helmets, Bain Nelson Inc., RevTech Manufacturing, Open Fender, Apt Electronics, Ashley Bree Photography, which I forgot to mention that the game is brought to you by Ashley Bree Photography.
I didn't. I knew that.
Yeah, and you didn't tell me?
No.
Rude. Yeah, so thank you to Ashley Bree for presenting our games. If you ever played a game with Ashley, she takes it very seriously.
Oh, we play, what's that? Pass the thing around?
Oh, catchphrase?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing turns into a weapon when someone on your team got it, it's out of her hand right away. So yeah, Ashley Bree Photography, Pit Road Apparel, Jack's Helmet Designs, Carbon Digital, Forever Guard, Daybreak Church, and then I'd also like to thank Ashley, my beautiful wife, Mom and Dad, Mark and Gail, or Gail and Mark, I should say, because that's the way I written it down. Al, BG Wood, Dave, Schutzen, Maddie Schutzen, Jimmie IE, Brandon, who's not here, Zen, Jack, Jessica, and Big One fan Kyle. And really want to appreciate, or shout out and give thanks to BG Wood, Dave, Maddie, Zen, Jack, because Saturday, when races don't go the way that I feel that they should go, like I do kind of get a little cranky. So I just really appreciate everyone for just sticking by and working through it together. And my dad as well, and Chris Zelski, Gary Zelski, and Swerve. So awesome. Well, if you guys have any last questions here, I might go into one quick story with IE, because I saw my mom. So glad Savannah was a fan of Nathan. Your family, not family. Your family, not family. What? Okay. Do you remember when we went to the Richardson's farm?
I do.
A couple years ago.
I know where this is going.
Yes. And we almost killed Savannah.
We did. And I did not. I have never, ever went into dad mode that fast in my life.
Which we didn't do it on purpose.
No, absolutely not. It was, and she was game for it. She wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But I swear I turned into like 800 pounds of concrete. I dropped, picked her up, and she was
fine.
Yeah. At that time. And I'm like, what in the world?
All right.
She just knocked herself out.
So we went to the Richardson's cornfield, and those big tarp airbag trampoline bouncy pillows for Nathan's birthday. That's what it was. It was Nathan's birthday. And
we gotta do it again.
Yeah, we have to do it again. We really do. Not the story though.
No. She won't go on it.
And we were playing Duck Duck Goose, or were we playing Don't Break the Egg?
No, it was something that, yes, don't break the egg.
It was Don't Break the Egg. So if anyone's played that game, it's like Red Rover, where something's bound to go bad. So basically you get people curled up in the fetal position, and people are jumping near you to bounce you up, and for you to freak out and like sprawl out to like catch yourself. And if you do that, then you broke the egg, and now yeah. So his youngest daughter wanted to play, and us boys, Crane boys, we don't have a sister, so
Right.
we don't know the tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Me neither.
yeah. So we were playing Don't Break the Egg, and it was it was Savannah's turn, and we were like playing like soft at first, but then she wasn't breaking, so then we each kind of got closer and closer to make her jump higher and higher, and yeah, we overdid it.
She shot well over our head.
Well over the head, and then the hard part is she didn't land like on her back, but she didn't land on her head either. It was like that weird like on her shoulder.
Yep.
And as soon as she hit the mat, she was like, "Pah!" And we're like, "Oh no!"
Yep.
And yeah, we went full send.
I think she crushed her. She just like real quick crushed her windpipe or something, because when she fell, I noticed her eyes, and she was like gasping for air. I went and picked her up, scooped her up, walked her off. She was fine.
Yeah. And we felt bad for the rest of the day.
Yep. I honestly think Nate actually bought her ice cream, or someone bought her something.
Oh wow.
That night. I think so.
I'll crush my windpipe for a Klondike bar. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, we have more stories, and like Indiana and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised you don't remember the time when we went to Indiana, and it was me and the kids, and then you and your buddy. We went to a bar to get food. No White Claws. And then the bar was closed, so then I think we went to an IHOP or a Denny's, and we stayed out till like 2, 3 in the morning.
That was
Gas City.
No, that was, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. That was Nathan's racing thing, because we went to the bar and it was closed, and then my buddy Trundle, and then we were like, oh well, let's just go to Denny's, but it was in the opposite direction from me and Trundle, but on your way. So we're like, oh, we'll just go to Denny's, and then we were there till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. When you said that, you commented that on a previous one. Yeah, previous one, and it was throwing me off because you said Indiana, but the Denny's was here. So that's why I was like, wait, which one is he referring to? But yeah, no, Jimmy was right. It was after the rain out. Oh, in Indiana, what rain out?
I don't know. I just remember it. So,
wow.
It was
IHOP. That makes more sense.
Nathan was there too, I think.
By the way, he's commenting. He seems like he is.
I think he was.
Yeah, IHOP. We got it, Nate. We got it. UHOP, International House of Pansy. We were just watching. Ashley and I were just watching a comedian last night, and he was talking about how that you can only find International House of Pancakes in the U.S. So how is it international if it's only in one location? Right. Yeah. So, wow. Yeah, sometimes rainouts are even better than the stories that come from rainouts are even better than stories in racing. But yeah, great. And my mom says, great that there are so many stories, we cannot keep them straight. Yes, yes. Oh, man. Well, this has been a pleasure. I feel like I'm about to sneeze again, but I'll try to end before I sneeze. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. Thank you. Yes, we have our survey here. A reminder to everyone that has filled out our survey. The link is in the description of our Facebook video and will be in the link in the description of our Spotify and YouTube. So fill that out for us. That would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, yeah, I love Mama.
Oh yeah, I love my mom too. She's the best mom I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so fill out the survey. Again, that stuff stays private. It's just for us to show our potential companies that we are trying to advertise for, of who we race in front of and who follows us. So that helps us out more than you can imagine. You have until September 4th, so it's coming up here pretty quickly. That's when we will be doing the drawing. And then we have 4 raffle prizes for anyone that has taken the survey. And it's a $100 gift card, a $25 gift card, a $20 gift card, and a $10 gift card. So once you win, though, we are going to eliminate you just so that we can make sure we have more for our fans that do it, because we have a lot of fans that have filled it out. So really appreciate it. And last but not least, the hint for next week's guest, which I haven't been thinking about, it is I'm just going to say what kind of racing he does. He's a kart racer. So you will have to tune in next week, Monday, 7 p.m. Central on Facebook, and find out, or just wait till this Spotify.
I can just see all the comments because I know who people are going to say.
And it's not him.
Nope.
First off, guys, as much as I would love to have Colin Civey on here, next week's his banquet, I think. So it's not...
I haven't even checked the stats on how he did.
Yes, it's championship night for him.
Yeah.
And I know if everything went according to plan, he should have won. But yeah, got my fingers crossed at it. We'll log off here and we'll see it on his Facebook page. So yeah. So thank you guys, everyone, so much for tuning in. I've been Derek Crane. My special guest here, Jimmie IE. And we will see you at a track very quickly or next Monday.
Indeed.
Peace out, Girl Scout.